Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. I'm your host, PattSun, and today we're gonna be taking a look at r/TrueOffMyChest, where OP's girlfriend refuses to leave him alone. Let's begin. My wife and I had a foursome with another married couple. Posted by Reddit user Gasp32.
And it was awesome. We met this couple about a year ago, and immediately my wife and I had the hots for the girl. She's incredibly hot. My wife is bisexual, and we've been trying to find someone for her to experiment with. Turns out the husband is cool as shit too, and they both are into some freaky stuff just like my wife and I. Last weekend we were all supposed to have a weekend away. The plan was to go to a music festival and then share a hotel room. All we had done up until that point was basically sexting in a group chat we are all in. The fest got cancelled, but it might have worked out better. We just ended up at their place, took some party favors, and fucked 2 nights in a row. It was crazy. I got to do things I always wanted to do, but thought would never happen. The only thing we didn't do was a full-on wife swap. I didn't fuck or kiss his wife on the mouth, and he didn't do that to mine either. There was tons of informed consent. Can I touch here? Is this okay? Stuff like that. They've got a little more experience with this stuff, and they made us both feel very comfortable. I've always been interested in group stuff, but actually being in the situation, I was totally okay with seeing my wife be touched by other people. Watching her have fun was fun for me too. Also, she always thought she was gay, but now that it's actually happened, she's absolutely sure, and it's nice she's got another woman she's comfortable with. We're seeing them again soon, and I can't wait. I can't tell any of my friends because I feel like they wouldn't understand. Thanks for letting me get this off my chest, Reddit. Edit. I didn't realize this was gonna pop off like this. I just want to clarify a few things. First things first, my wife and I are extremely solid. If anything, this might have brought us closer together. If I was afraid of anything, I would have never agreed to it in the first place. The other couple were also in a great place, and there was no jealousy. It was probably better this way because everyone is confident in their relationships. The whole group had extensive discussions about boundaries, ground rules, etc. Everyone followed all the rules and everyone had a good time. My wife is bisexual. I just use the term gay as a sort of blanket term. That's just the language we use in my house. I didn't know I was gonna set so many people off with this, and I apologize. But she had sex with another woman, and I don't know what you call that besides gay. I am straight and so is the other guy, not that that matters. But since so many people are confused, we only did any penetration with our own wives, but there was oral and lots of other touching. When I said I got to do things I always wanted to, I was referring to activities that include 2 women. I just wanted to share my positive story. I see a lot of stories about cheaters and other really shitty stuff, and I just wanted to share that things can go right if you have a solid relationship and open communication.
OP, this is your life to live, so whatever you choose to do is all up to you. But here are some friendly words from your creepy Uncle PattSun, so listen well. I've covered thousands of these Reddit posts on this channel over the years, and I can assure you that you will be making another post not too long from now, but it's gonna be on a different subreddit. One that me and this channel's viewers are very familiar with, and you bet your ass that I will be keeping an eye out for that post of yours. Until then, good luck to you. And now for today's second story. Furious, confused, disappointed, vengeful, etc. Posted by Reddit user Based Manatee.
Year plus long relationship. Found out last month she had a boyfriend the entire time and then some. She insists she wants to focus on us and break that off. Just needs to figure out how. Then while trying to process that, one of my closest friends ever dies due to complications of cirrhosis that was the result of bad alcoholism. The other day, we have a talk and she breaks things off, claiming she is going to break things off with both, due to needing to work on herself lol. Also, the person who claims she has been on and off with other guy due to familiarity, comfort, and fear of being alone. The next day is no contact. Following day, she calls, messages, goes on about how the no contact day was the longest day ever. She misses me so much, wearing the necklace I gave her, overly eager to talk, etc. We made plans for her to come over last night. She calls right after work as she is supposed to be on the way. I almost canceled but was like, nope, it's important, I need to see him, especially with how things have been. I said, well, do you need to? She asks, would you be upset? And ultimately ended up canceling. Repeated apologies. I just quit responding and today I have been no contact again. This is toxic. I thought I had a future with this person, and things were great, and then I found all this out, and I know the reality is I could never trust her. This is a deceitful person who chose to be sneaky and lie many times, for over a year straight, and now needs to work on herself, but when there's no contact, pops back up and is back and forth. I am sick of being disappointed. I'm sick of apologies, don't be sorry, be better. I feel like after last night's canceling of our plans, the switch sort of flipped inside, where I just feel over it. I'm tempted to just cut it off, but I know we both have a hard time staying away from each other. I feel like I got robbed of a year I could have been with a loyal partner. Edit, we've officially parted ways. I just need to endure the withdrawals of the whole thing, and if she pops back up, stay strong and focus on moving on. What a nightmare the past month has been. Should have maintained my dignity and shut it all down as soon as I found out, but hey. Of course she popped up via Messenger tonight. I hope you've had a good day with your family, have family visiting from out of town. And then, good night, sleep well and sweet dreams. I can see you're not opening my messages. That's fine. I miss you.
OP, I want you to listen to this comment by Reddit user Term70.
OP, you need to understand that this woman is not able to be honest with herself, and she will be not honest with herself in the future since she has established it a long time ago. So how can you expect that she ever will be honest with you? She acts purely on impulse and the current emotional status, and she does whatever it takes to live out this emotional impulse. She will always find rectifications and excuses up to shift blame. These kinds of people truly believe themselves what they say in that moment. That's why their lies are so hard to detect. It is like an actor who gets in the mindset of the character they play. The only problem is that life is not a play. The best you can do for yourself is to walk away and stay away. The only chance that such a person will ever change for the better is when they crash hard and their life falls totally apart. Only when they hit the ground hard, they might find the inner strength to change. Otherwise they would have changed long ago. You can't help her, you can't change her for the better. You can't believe any promises she makes. She will always fall back to her old games. You can compare it to addicts, who need to lose all to get sober, and even then they are always in danger to fall back.
Just to add here, OP, the odds are high that she's doing the exact same thing to the other guy. The absolute fact is, she's a damn cheater. She's cheating on both of you, and if you really want to be petty, greet her attempts to contact you with complete silence. She'll lose her mind realizing that she's unworthy of your attention. This is already a proven fact, dude. When you went no contact for the very first time with her, she came crawling back, didn't she? So why don't you do it again? And now for today's final story. I had sex with a guy and I don't know how to feel. Posted by Reddit user Winters Chill.
Trigger warning for graphic descriptions of sex. I met a man on a dating app a few months ago. We matched and clicked really fast. The only problem I could see was the age difference. I had just turned 18 and he was 22. I've heard horror stories from other women about men in their 20s preying on young women, but I thought he was different. I think I still do. We've had sex a few times, all completely consensual. I've never really liked sex, but I was willing to do it to make my partner happy. Partner, in this context, being the man I matched with. But this last time felt different. First off, he offered me some alcohol which I accepted. He gave me a drink of juice and rum, and altogether he said I had maybe 5 shots. I'm not a drinker, so I was definitely unsteady on my feet. He had some as well, although I'm not sure how much. He then immediately got me and him undressed, for the skin-to-skin contact as we cuddled on his couch. I came back from the bathroom at one point, and he started kissing my neck. I was fine with this, and I would have been fine with just that. But his hand found his way into my underwear, and he was touching me. I didn't like this. It was painful, and I wasn't in the mood. But I didn't say anything. I didn't say no, I just went with it. He then proceeded to put his penis inside of me without a condom. After a few minutes of painful penetration, I told him to get a condom. He found one, and we had sex for maybe half an hour. I'm not entirely sure. Halfway through I stopped and went to the bathroom to stop myself from crying. It just didn't feel good. It didn't even feel neutral. It was actively bad and painful. I didn't want to continue, but I felt like I had to. We only stopped when he stopped and I immediately started crying. It was mostly because I just hated how painful it was, and I assumed something was wrong with me. The worst part is, towards the end he had to put on a different condom because it had slid off. That's fine, until I was taking a bath 2 days later and the old condom came out from inside of me. There wasn't anything in it, but it was still so gross and violating. I haven't talked to him about it because he hasn't been responding to me. I just hate myself for allowing it to happen, for not saying no, for just letting him have his way with me even though it was painful. And the thing is, I still don't know if I would feel comfortable saying no in the future, to him or to anyone, and I don't know why. It's just been rattling in my head for a few days now, and I would like some advice. Thank you for reading. Edit. I do appreciate everyone's feedback. I agree that I needed to be more vocal about how I was feeling. I think a mixture of anxiety and alcohol made me clam up. I know now that I don't like drinking, at least that much, and that I need to enforce my boundaries more. I was mostly upset about the condom thing. It was for sure the most degrading and disgusting thing I've had happen to me, at least in a long time. I felt and still feel really violated by it, and I just wish that he would have expressed the possibility that it was there. Thank you all for your insight and your support. I'm gonna have a good cry, and when or if he gets back to me, we will have a long talk about how to proceed.
OP, if the woman that I'm with tells me to get a condom, I would automatically assume that they're in the mood as well. Look man, you said that you're just 18 and I'm assuming that you're from the US? Well, if you are, then why the hell is he even offering you some alcohol? The legal drinking age is 21. That in itself is a red flag, so cut contact with him, OP. Also, you shouldn't be dating. You should be in counseling, working on figuring out how to voice your boundaries, or at least practicing them with your friends and family. Viewer support is the best way for me to remain independent and continue bringing you these daily videos, which will always be here on my channels for you to watch absolutely free. So please consider subscribing to me on Rumble and on YouTube. Both will be linked in the description box down below. Thanks for listening everyone. If you even somewhat enjoyed today's story, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and if you really like it, consider subscribing to PattSun to never miss a future upload. Stay strong.